Hello guys, objective in this tutorial will be to create table with the help of Python script. So I'm gonna play around with corp database because I already have it in my server. Use whatever you have. I mean, you can create that database with the help of Python script. You know how to do this from a couple of last tutorials, or you can create it manually. It's really not important. Name of table will be people, and we're gonna have a couple of columns there. Of course, ID. This thing is so helpful when we are doing all kind of searches because this thing will always be unique and automatically incremented. We're gonna have name and last name and email and address. These things will be variable characters, and telephone of course will be integer. So that's what we are going to do with the help of Python. Okay, we're gonna use like a structure of script from last tutorial because there is really no need to change anything here. We need try except block of code to evade all kind of errors that we create, for example, and yeah, we need for loop to see what's happening with the cursor, right? So some people will type create table here and all those long instructions that we need to type, but I think the better idea is just to use something like SQL here or ABC XYZ. It's really not important, so we can define that thing outside of try except block of code, because maybe you want to save this script multiple times for different tables. So why touch this block of code when we can just mess around with SQL right here, right? So next thing is what we need to type. Well, first, whatever we type must be inside the single quotes, and now instructions follow. So create table. You probably know how to do this manually up till now from your job, your experimentation, or you have watched my playlist on MySQL. I have that playlist. So yeah, I'm gonna assume that you know what I'm typing here. Create table, name will be people, and we need to open parentheses here, and yeah, we can continue here, but it's kind of ugly, so let's just go one level down, and I'm gonna indent a little bit. So yeah, ID, it will be of course integer, not a null, which means it will always basically exist. It will be fulfilled, and it will be primary unique key, and it will be automatically incremented by 1. This is so helpful when you're doing search. Auto increment, don't forget comma. Okay, and name, right? So that will be variable character, varchar up till 30 or whatever you like here, 100. Who cares? Not null, which means always in that field something must exist in that column, right? And same stuff for last name, varchar 30 and not null, same stuff. And what else I have in my preparation? Right, telephone, email, and address. Here, telephone will be integer, and that's enough for now. And email, varchar. Some people use 50 here, some 100. And if you check what's happening on Stack Overflow and generally on internet, experienced people will say that we can use up till I think 255 characters here. So it's like a safe standard. I don't know if it's really 256 or 55. I don't know. Who cares? We're just experimenting. You can check on that for that on Stack Overflow. Next thing is about addresses. Address varchar will be 100, let's say. Okay, so we can have parentheses here, or we can just flush it down there one level, and don't forget single quotes 3 times. Right, so this is our request, and hopefully I didn't mess these varchars. Varchar. Yeah, I think we are cool. I mean, I'm cool when I'm typing, because this is kind of confusing. Always varchar, do this, do that. And it will be very polite to us if we have status report what's happening is our operation successful or not. So we're going to use describe table here, describe people right here after we are done with this, hopefully. So we're going to target cursor and execute, and we're going to say describe people. Describe people. I think we are cool. We're gonna close cursor and connection because it's kind of polite, and hopefully when I press F5 everything will be fine. There you go. We have very ugly structure because that's what's happening by default, because we don't have any kind of beautification here. How to say this? Prettification? I don't know, who cares? And yeah, you can work on that, but this is very simple report. So it will get the job done. Right, let's check this manually in a terminal. I'm gonna get out, describe people, and there you go, guys. Pretty much same stuff. And actually I'm gonna run it again, and again I have results because of rollback. So everything is basically fine. Let me confirm. ID integer, yeah, ID name last name, ID name last name, telephone email address, and so on. So we are kind of cool. Okay, so in the next tutorial we are going to create a terminal application, like you know, like mainframe kind of stuff, very simple console application, so we can put values with the help of that application inside our table. But right now, for testing purposes, let's just manually put something in this table. So how to do that? Well, insert into target, which is people, and we need to open this thing, and now we need to target these columns one after another. We need to follow specific rules. We cannot mix things. I mean, we can when we are experienced, but right now just we're gonna follow this structure. ID and name and last name and telephone and email and address. We need to close this thing here. Enter. And values. So here we are with this line we are targeting columns, and now we are inserting real values, and we're gonna use a null here for ID, and that, guys, means that automatically server will decide what ID will be when you say null. Maybe it's kind of counterintuitive, but yeah, that's how we are doing stuff right here. Null. Okay, next thing will be for name. Name will be, I don't know, like John, single quotes, don't forget that, Smith. And what is next? Like telephone 555-666, who cares? And email, right, John Smith at server.tld. What is next? Address, right, main road 123. I think that's enough, and semicolon, enter, and there you go. We have it. So it will be nice if we check results with select all from people, and there you go, guys. We have our first line. Let's create another one really briefly. We're gonna use up key on the keyboard. Just we don't need to type that much here. Let me find values, and I'm gonna change a couple of things. Like in the same house, we're gonna have John and Annabella, and yeah, Smith, same last name, and this will be changed to Annabella. And right, same address, enter, there you go. So select all from people, and yeah, we have a nice ID here, incremented by 1. That is expected. Right, so what else can we do here? Well, we can create script that will show us this like report. Right, let's do that. I'm gonna I don't know, put this in a comment, or I'm gonna delete it, who cares. Right, and I don't need this then. So here I can say, like, I'm gonna hard code things, show or select all from people, and this will be okay because I'm already in a corp database. So yeah, I think that's cool. F5. There you go, guys, we have our results. And as I said in a couple of last tutorials, we can grab these things by position, like columns, because this is just an individual tuple on a one row. So let me actually do that. I'm gonna say I will grab this thing, and again position 1, and again position 2. Yeah, it will probably be ugly, but why not? F5. There you go, guys. Now you can extract from general report, but the best idea is just to don't mess around too much with your own reports, because the purpose of this is to yield usable results, so you don't need to mess around with custom stuff down there. I mean, whatever you like. Okay, and I'm gonna go a couple of levels back because I want you to see that source code we have used to create table. Maybe you want to create a couple of them more. So yeah, that's it. And actually, let's create another one, like persons. How to say this in English? I don't know, people 2. And here we also target people 2, and it will be done in a split of seconds. Same stuff. There you go. Let's check that manually. Show tables, semicolon, enter, and there you go. We have 2 tables. Of course, there is nothing in people 2 because we didn't insert anything. So let me confirm that with select all from people 2, empty set. There you go, guys. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and render this video, and in the next tutorial we're gonna create that application that will help us to flush things through keyboard in our table. Right, and I'm gonna actually delete people 2. Drop table people 2. Okay, let me fix this, and definitely I need to shut up. Check one more time. There you go, guys. Okay, thank you for watching, and see you next video.